Hey guys, welcome back to a Let's Play Wasteland 2. We are in Egg Center, the West Field. And this is Honeydew Lewis. He just helped us fight some rabbits. Let's maybe talk to him some more. Back again, Rangers. How goes the fight? And talking about the sabotage, you think someone did this on purpose? It saddens me to say, but yes, I fear it was one of our own, and I have a strong suspicion as to who that Sue fellow. There is Sue again. I had my eye on him from the beginning, always reading unsavory books, always mumbling to himself, always skulking around with no purpose. I tried to befriend him at first, when he seemed to take an interest in my melons and my breeding techniques. But then I cut the fellow off. He kept talking about knocking our walls down, letting the plants be free. I told Matt and Kathy about it, but they didn't listen. Thought it was another one of my obsessions. Well, they'll see now, won't they? I should have nipped that viper in the butt. What kind of garden patch do you have? A melon patch? Honeydew melons? God's greatest gift to the appetite of man. And as you can see, as soon as I noticed things going awry, I rushed here and tore out all the irrigation pipes before the toxic brew could reach my precious plants. I fear it's only a temporary respite though. What's so special about honeydew melons? They are the pinnacle of God's creation, the supreme delight on this earth. If a fruit can save the world, it is this fruit. Can you tell us where we can find Sue? In hell, hopefully. But if he's still alive, he's probably lurking in his quarters at the end of the field, near where you entered. We clear a path, you can escape. What, me leave? Leave my precious melons? I'll die first. Go, rescue the others. I'm staying right here. Anything to say about Matt? A fine, upstanding young man, happy to work for such an able leader. And Kathy? She may have an acid tongue, but she's a damn fine researcher, always very encouraging about my melons. And what about the Rangers? My opinion of you will rise if you save this place, that's for certain.
Honeydew, you madman! Why are you still here? Get to safety! That man has melons on the brain, but so handsome. If only...
Let's lock door, let's check that. Isn't labeled. Let's Rose take care of that. And again we destroyed some loot. Not sure how you are supposed to get that undamaged. And we also found a small mechanism of pumps and valves. Must be a part of some larger machine. Let's grab that. And this is blocked by vegetation, right? I need to weaken it or use heavy artillery. Let's also have something here. A grave. Something seems to be buried here. Here lies Harry the Bunny Master. Well, we can actually maybe dig up Harry. Not sure if that's the proper thing to do, but alright. Harry the Bunny Master's axe. Fairly heavy. BA actually close to encumbered status. Right, we can maybe strip this. Reduce the weight. This axe is rusted and pitted beyond use. But even you have heard stories about Harry. Maybe someone back at the Citadel would be interested in it. Alright. We'll keep it then. Save it. Maybe also strip this. Fairly heavy. Not going to use heavy weapons. We can also strip this. Probably want to use that soon. Let's check this door. Also locked. Not a problem for face.
That's the Westfield pump generator. You'll want to find some way to replace the broken flow regulator and slow it down. It looks like the regulator is fried, but you may be able to override it using the control panel over there, if you have the skill.
Right, spiked collar. I think we already have one of those. We do, right. Can sell that. This pump is broken. The flow regulator is missing. That's convenient because we have one.
Color me impressed, Rangers. You're actually making progress. One field down and one to go. Now head back through the basement and the other ventilation tunnel to the east field. Once you shut down the irrigation there, we'll really start getting this thing under control.
All right. The Westfield pump has been shut down. Very good. Well, we could go to the east field, but let's maybe check the rest of the map. Also something buried there. Right, we also still need to talk to Sue. And some stuff here. Rose, you're needed. That's already or immediately exploded. Maybe because we shut off the irrigation system. Also have a dead employee here. Looks like the bunnies killed him just for fun. Didn't even eat the carrots in his pocket shirt pocket. Next to those crumpled post-its. Right, everything just disappears. That's a good news. An old navy revolver, another one, and a post-it. Right, that can be sold. The post-it has a password on it, I guess. Maybe something that needs to be used here. Alright, let's use alarm disarming. Very good. And we have a regular crate. Let's check for booby traps. And an electronic lock. That's another shiny Ranger Star. I think we also have one of those.
A plastic garden. My little joke. Though it served as a reminder of how small we wanted to make our plants.
Alright. A garden. Generator. And that seems to be it for the Westfield. Well, let's take care of this. Yeah, these things take care of themselves right now. And this is where we started, right? But the plants are weakened, means that we can maybe destroy this. Very good. Right, a safe with a working tumbler. A R270 sniper rifle. And another army issue backpack. Right, this is a good upgrade. It's more expensive to use though. And it has less range. So let's keep the M40 as a backup. Install a sturdy mag on the R270. Right, and we are done here. No, we are not done. Still need to talk to Sue. He was in a cabin near the entrance. So I guess right here. Only place we didn't explore.
This is Sue's house.
Alright. A small house built into the compound's outer wall. Oozing carcasses of a handful of giant insects surround the front door. A locked front door. And little furniture and a lot of books inside. Also an unconscious man. A spent pistol loose in his hand. His head is bruised and he has puncture wounds all over. Let's first check out his room. The bookcase Titles are mostly politics and philosophy, leaning toward the love thy brother and share the wealth end of the spectrum. Flipping one open, you see a lot of fevered underlining and notes in the margins. Feed the world, repeated in several places. And under the bed we find a suitcase. In it, glass jars filled with a wide variety of seeds, all labeled super carrots, mega squash, etc. But this is another bookcase. And here we find a scattering of seeds of unusual size. So we cannot pick up the suitcase or the seeds. Yeah, we'll check this.
Oh no,
crate.
Sue. The boy is a goof up, but he doesn't deserve to die like this. Can you heal him, Rangers?
Well, maybe. Something sharp and barbed got a hold of this man's guts. He needs immediate complex medical attention. So that's something for you, Sue. Or Rose, I mean. And for some reason his boots are covered in pigeon shit. Apparently that's noteworthy. I'm alive, that's unexpected. I thought those flies had killed me for sure. Thanks for the assist, Rangers. I'm Sue, a research assistant here. Help Matt with the business end of things too. You're a boy named Sue? Don't get me started. Blame my foster parents. They wanted a girl. I tried to change it to Jack once, while people would call me Jack, and I wouldn't realize they were talking to me. So I went back to Sue. Right. Why do you have pigeon shit on your boots? On my boots? Right, I was feeding the pigeons today when everything started going crazy. Why do you have pigeons? They are our communications network, slower but more reliable than the radio, apparently. They take messages from us to all the towns around here, even Ranger Citadel. These seeds are mutating too. I literally saw seeds splitting and sprouting creepers in a matter of seconds. It was freaky. What does feed the world mean? That's my philosophy. We shouldn't leave the means of feeding the people in the hands of the few. Everybody should be able to feed themselves. Food for all. And why do you have seeds in that suitcase? And that's my collection. I want to be like Rose and Cathy someday. Not just an assistant. I want to be a full-fledged researcher, so I'm researching. And we have Kiss Ass available. A Smart Ass level 4. That's a steep skill check. Oh, you seem much smarter than any assistant. Tell us more. Well, you seem like you get what I'm about, so okay. This place is a miracle. We grow enough food to feed every community in the Waste. But most of it just sits here. Matt is working on our distribution, and Cathy is trying to make the plants and veggies smaller and more portable. But there's no time for that. People are starving now. Cathy is so worried about letting our seekers out that she is letting people go hungry. All those seeds, I feed them to the pigeons, and then I send the pigeons off to other communities. And when they get there, they shit out the seeds and boom, instant garden, genius.
All these books, and you haven't got the sense nature gave a turnip. So you're the one who's been stealing my seeds.
Did you send out any of the mutant seeds? What? I did. I put fresh seeds in the pigeon feed and sent half a dozen of them out right before all hell broke loose. What have I done? I've spread the mutation everywhere. What do you mean everywhere? Well, let me think. Okay, write this down. I think I sent out 3 pigeons. Right. So more infected places, a village, a farm and a pump station. That's all of them, I think. Will you take care of this for me? The shape I'm in, I would never make it. I'll make it up to you, I promise. I've got access to some cool shit. Right. Pigeon shit, I guess. Sure, Sue, we'll take care of it. Please don't tell Matt or Cathy. I've learned my lesson. I won't pull another stunt like this, I swear. Oh, what's going on with the plants? They were always big, but never this big. It's like they got super fertilized somehow. You've never seen plants this big before? I haven't seen this kind of growth except down in Skinner's mushroom caves. Skinner runs the mushroom caves? Well, I shouldn't call them Skinner's caves, he just works there. Dr. Herbison runs the place. Well, he did. But Skinner's the one who's always there. Herbison only goes down there to take samples. What do you think of Skinner? He's the muckraker down in the mushroom caves. Keeps them in the dark and feeds them shit. He's kinda in the dark himself. Good family man and all, but, you know, a company man. Does his job and doesn't think about it. What can you tell us about the insects? Well, they nearly killed me. A June bug as big as a watermelon slammed into my head. What do you think of Matt? He's a great boss. Wish Cathy was more like him. And what about the Desert Rangers? Excellent. Matt must have called you in. Well, I'm glad you're here. The shit has gotten a little out of hand. And how did things get out of hand? No idea what happened. Everything just mutating like crazy. Plants, insects, seeds. I'll see you later, Sue. Thanks for saving my life. I owe you. And now we are probably done in the Westfield. Sue's house. Let's get back to the basement. And right to the Eastfield, I guess. That's something for the next episode though. For now, I'll make a cut here. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next one.